Hey, how's it going? So today I was able to attend a data analytics webinar, and the main focus for the one of the last sessions of the day was women in data analytics. And there were three panelists that talked about their experiences as doing data analytics in three different industries. And one of the major themes that they talked about was that they were all in agreement that data analytics is a field, is one area in technology where the art is equally as important as the science and mathematics. And that they're advising that leaders should find ways to find less STEM related issues and let the other side, which is like the part art, to take a stand and make it a strong point to emphasize. Because even one panelist, she shared her experience that what she's done with her team is that she's found people that are very good at critical thinking and intuit things that other colleagues aren't able to do. And the second part of the discussion was talking about how they got into data analytics. The first panelist, I'll call her Kay, she had someone actually looked at her potential and her long arc career rather than looking at it from a now perspective. And she has a lot of gratitude and gives thanks to that person who took a chance on her and really saw her for something more than she is now. The second analyst, I'll call her B. And by the way, all three of these panelists are in more senior roles. Some of them are CTOs, some of them are like this chief data officers. And one of the panelists has been around for about 6 years in the field. So B advocated that someone actually not inside her organization recommended her for a role that was actually a stretch position. And she was looking all around at that time for around not just up and down an organization, but all around left and right. And she was like talking to random people, and that person, they ended up working together. And so her point is that we should be looking all around for the person, someone to help us out and to answer any questions that we have. Maybe you might get an opportunity like she did. And then the third panelist, Y, I'll call her Y. She started off with a story about she initially had this mindset that as long as she works hard, then she'll be recognized. And that didn't happen for her until she saw a male coworker that was around the same position as her, and he got promoted before her. And she asked him, how'd you get that? How'd you get promoted? What'd you do? And he said that what he's actually been doing is having chats with his managers and setting expectations and creating timelines that have been transformative for him. And then she started doing that, and wow, she started getting promotions, and she took away from this experience that it's her right to lean forward and ask for what she deserves. So for me, it's I gotta lean forward. I won't be scared to hear no or to handle this conversation. It's what I deserve. I know I've been doing good things. And the third thing that they go through is what's the biggest change that needs to happen to encourage women to join data analytics? And Y says to start early on and follow those interests. And what she means is that when she was growing up, she grew up in China, and her parents wanted her to learn math, and so she really got into math, but she never really loved it. She never really liked it until she got into college, where she started doing modeling and competitions, where she really saw the real world implications. And at the end of the day, she really fell in love with the aspect of problem solving. So yes, she says to start early on, develop a love for it, really try to see it in ways that it really affects the world as a completely. And B, the B says that she actually dropped out of engineering school because there was like 500 guys, students, and a very handful of females. She felt overwhelmed, and she really wants to do well now and set the example for the next generation to follow. I'm not sure really if that really is any advice from her end, or maybe I didn't misunderstand. So, and finally, Kay, she reiterates the thought that you don't always have to have an advanced STEM degree to do well in data analytics. That there are basic concepts that you can use to do your job correctly. So it was a short session. There wasn't any time for Q&A, but I think my takeaway from this is that it is possible for someone who, with a liberal arts degree and some experience in data analytics, to get a job in data analytics. It's to keep on practicing and coding, taking from my series on Seth Godin, some notion of practice, 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 even if we don't feel like it. That is something that I'm going to combine these two lessons, because to say this, I think more clearly for myself, that it doesn't need to have a STEM degree, but there are some basic foundations that want to know, you would want to know to get into data analytics. And it seems like the three panelists are very deeply involved with data analytics, so it might help to start to drink the Kool-Aid and get back into the groove of learning, like practicing coding and understanding from a business sense, like what the company's trying to do. So that concludes my notes for today, and yeah, let's do it again soon.